Hey team, you should have read this story and thought about your thinking job, writing the main idea, including character, setting, problem, and solution. And now we're just going to look at these questions so you know what they're asking and you can find the best answer. What are the narrator and the narrator's family doing when a bear comes? Well, we know a narrator is the person who tells the story. Sometimes the narrator is like the author, somebody not in the story. But in this story, the narrator was a character in the story. So what was the person telling the story and that person's family doing when the bear came? Go find it in the text. It told you what they were doing when the bear came. To solve the problem of the bear coming over, what does the narrator's mother do? Okay, so in the story, the character telling the story, what did their mom do when the bear came over? Go find it. It told you in the text. The narrator and the narrator's family are scared of the bear. What evidence from the text supports this statement? We're getting very good at these. One of these proves to us that this character in the story and his family are scared of the bear. They're nervous. Which of these proves it? The wind carried our scent to the bear. Well, that could be scary, but to me, that doesn't say we're scared. That might make me scared. Uh-oh, the bear can smell me. I might get scared. But wind carrying a scent has nothing to do with me being scared. That is not the answer. That doesn't prove that I'm scared or that the narrator's scared. Find it. Read these sentences from the text. The bear roared. My mom said, "Nobody move," which I thought was unnecessary. Now I want you to think, why did the narrator say, I thought that was unnecessary? When mom says, "Nobody move," why does the narrator think, Mom, you don't have to say that? Find the answer that makes sense. What is the theme of this story? Okay, so theme kind of matches main idea, but it's more kind of like the lesson learned from the story. Like what does the author want you to take away from this? What is something you can repeat like all the time as a little saying that you learned from this story? Which one of these best matches everything you learned in the story? Which one best matches your main idea? Read these sentences from the text. Based on these sentences, what is the meaning of the phrase, "It worked like a charm"? Okay, look, you have to read all of this, and remember, it reads it for you, so don't be lazy. Listen to it, listen along. And then where it says, "It worked like a charm," there's your context clues replacement. So all of these words are the context clues telling you what this might mean. It worked like a charm. And then you're going to take these things. It worked very hard. It worked very well. It did not work at all. It did not work well. And plug them in. What did they actually mean when they said it worked like a charm? Plug them in, see which one matches, which one makes the most sense. What did they mean when they said it worked like a charm? Only one of these matches. Read the sentences from the text. Okay, guys, here's one of those combining words. And in this sentence, they didn't give you a blank, but I'm going to show you where it goes. So, the bear took a third step. We grabbed each other. I grabbed my dad grabbed my mom grabbed my sister. Okay, I want you to just think about this part right here. What are they talking about? Are these things connected? Are they different? Are they reasons for another? I grabbed my dad grabbed my mom grabbed my sister. In the last sentence, what conjunction could be added after the second comma without changing the meaning of the sentence? Okay, conjunctions are connecting words. And we've been learning a lot about conjunctions and different transition words that help us connect ideas in sentences. We need to zoom into this part with the commas and think what words can replace those commas. I grabbed my dad grabbed my mom grabbed my sister. My choices are and, because, or nor. We know that and joins things that are together. You could write a list and use the word and. Apples and oranges and bananas and grapes. Because tells the reason something happened. I got an apple because I was hungry. Or tells a different choice. So like you can have an apple or a banana. You can only have one. We're not listing them. We're giving you a choice. And then nor means you can't have either one. So you cannot have an apple nor a banana. You may not have either. So in this list, my dad grabbed my mom grabbed my sister. Are we connecting those because it's a list and? Are these reasons that one happened after another? I grabbed my dad because my dad grabbed my mom because my mom grabbed my sister. I don't think the dad grabbed the mom because the mom grabbed the sister, and she didn't grab the dad because the dad grabbed the mom. I think it just that just kind of all happened. That wasn't the reason. The reason all this happens is because of the bear. She doesn't grab the dad because the dad grabbed the mom. She grabs the dad because she's scared of the bear. Okay, so, okay. Or I grab my dad, or my dad grabbed my mom, or my mom grabbed my sister. Was it one of these things that happened, or was it all three? And then nor. I grab my dad, nor my dad grab my mom. That doesn't even make sense because nor has to go between two things that you don't do or that you can't do. So I'd have to say, like, I didn't grab my dad, nor did my dad grab my mom. So nor we can just go ahead and knock out. And now you're thinking, is it three different things, like this happened, or this happened, or this happened, only one happened? Then you would use or. Or did all three of these things happen and you use and? Or did like this happen because of this and then this happened because of this? You would use because. Which one is it? Near the end of the story, the family springs into action. Describe what each member of the family does at this time. Go find it in the text. They put it in quotes because I think it's in the text. When they spring into action, when they get to work, what do they do? And it said toward the end of the story, so you can go toward the end and find it. Maybe start at the ending and work your way back, trying to find where they spring into action. And then it says name what each family member does. And I already read about a mom and a dad and a sister, so you better talk about the dad, the mom, the sister, and the narrator, or the person telling the story. Explain whether the family's behavior near the end of the story surprises the bear. Support your answer with evidence from the text. Okay, so go read it. Was the bear surprised by what the people did? Or not really? Go find it in the text. There's got to be sentences that explain whether the bear was surprised or not. I know because in the text it said, explain whether the family's behavior near the end of the story is surprising to the reader. Ooh, support your answer with details from the text. So similar question, but different. In number 9, you're saying if the bear was surprised by the family. You have to read the words and think, was the bear surprised by the family? The author told you, or at least hinted, whether the bear was surprised or not. Go find it. Now it wants to know whether the family's behavior surprised the reader. You're the reader. Was it surprising how the family behaved near the end? Or did you expect that all along? You could say the family's behavior was surprising near the end, or the family's behavior was not surprising because. And then tell us, in the text it said blank, so I knew blank. Or in the text it said blank, so I thought blank. Do your best.